بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. This is the program of Spirit of Values and this is Dr. Tariq Rashid. In this episode we will discuss the concept of the customer relation management, the satisfaction of customers, this important value. Once we satisfy our customers, whether public or private sector, we can achieve lots of success. So let's start with the customer satisfaction value. And let's start with the following question. Who are the customers? How can we define the customer? The customers are actually people who come to the organization. They are doing us a favor by coming to us. So we have to respect the customer because the customer is the most important in any organization. Without customers, we will never achieve any issue in business. And they are not outsiders, they are part of us. Now, customers are considered now as part of the organization. They are not called statistics, they are individuals, they are human beings, they have minds, hearts, they have feelings. We have to respect the customer by this concept, and they are not to argue with. We have to satisfy them, we have to serve their needs and welcome them. They have needs and they are paying for this need. We have to respect this. Now, customer service. What do you mean by service? Service is actually what we call it's an activity or set of activities presented by one party to another, and it is intangible. You cannot touch a service, but you can feel it. Sometimes you go for an organization and you feel happy in this organization. In other organizations, you feel something wrong. So always we care to present a very well-defined service to make customers not only satisfied, but they are discussing now the delighted customer. The delighted customer is a higher level than the satisfied customer. And services, the problem of services is they are intangible. Also, they cannot be separated from the presenter of the service, and they are not homogeneous. Sometimes you present a service, your other colleague present another service. You cannot read homogeneity between the services, also cannot be produced and packed like products. It's easier to go for product quality rather than to service quality, because in products you can test it, you can make some sort of specifications before going to the customer. But for a service, it's just happening now, it will end directly. It is intangible, you cannot separate it, you cannot produce it, and it is temporary. Now, service challenges. There are lots of challenges facing all organizations when they present something to the customer. They cannot produce samples. We cannot produce sample. Either is it excellent from the first time or you lose the customer. Also, the other challenge, cannot control the quality before presenting. Because of this, we have to set employees that are excellent in customer satisfaction, in customer service, and there is no standard criteria. In products we have, because we have specifications, you can go to the factory, you do it, but in services, we don't have any standard. It's more difficult to achieve quality service from a standard. There is no standard, and difficult to price it even. How can we market our service to our customers? They use the concept of the 4 Ps. The first P is promotion. When you make promotion for the service, the customers will come. Also, they consider what we call the price. So they look for a good price. So promotion, price, also the product itself, which is the service itself, is very important. Then the people you are presenting this service to. So in order to market your service also, we have to concentrate on the advantages of the service. Also the branding, if you are considering a certain branding, it's very important. Now all services are technology based. When we use technology, we can accelerate the satisfaction of our customers, and we should work as a team in order to ensure that one team will increase the achievability of our organizational goals. We have to train employees for the process of customer satisfaction, and we have to go for what we call quality control and quality assurance, QC and QA. We have to control and assure that we are presenting a high level of service and monitoring in order to make sure that we are controlling the results of what we are presenting, then use a suitable pricing strategy in order to attract your customers. And always they mention that customers look for 5 issues. Whenever a customer is there, they look for 5 issues. What are the 5 issues that a customer look for? In CRM, which is customer relation management, quality is one of the issues that customers look for. Price, speed of service, after sale, which means after you present, we have to keep in touch with them. And number 5, welcoming. Excellent, perfect welcoming of our customers is essential. And here, if we ask one important question, which one of the 5 do you think is the most important? If you start with it, then you can continue with the other 4, you will lead the market of customer service. But if you neglect this one and you present the other 4, it's useless. Some people would think of price, speed. No, it's quality. The first most important issue in the minds of all customers, quality. I can accelerate the process, lower the standard, but if it's bad quality, they will forget it and they will never get back to the organization. So we have to make a good pricing strategy in order to keep in mind customer satisfaction is implied. Also, we can present diversity of services, and this is essential. Diversity of services will ensure that we have lots of issues that we can present to our customers. And if we also come here, is customer is always right? What do you think? This was an old saying. Since 2000, this is not the saying. Customer is always right. Totally forget about it. Only God is always right. But they transfer it into customers come first, but not necessarily always right. So the most important issue is our customers, but not necessarily always right. And these are the requirements: quality, pricing, speed, after sale, and welcoming. And we mentioned the importance of quality that we present the service. And if we look for some of the experiments of some organizations, you know, Intel is the microprocessor producer in all desktops and computers. Intel in 1994, they faced a problem that they have some inaccuracy in data processing, but they found that they have to go for this and get back what they presented to their customers. So 1994, they said, whoever buy a certain desktop that has this type of Intel, please, we have some sort of failure. We give you another free laptop after we fix the issue. And by this, they actually lost more than $500 million for this, but they keep the loyalty of their customers. So it's an experiment by one organization respecting the customer. And why we lose customers? In a modern statistics, they found that 1% they just die, 3% move away from a certain location, and 4% are natural changers by themselves. 5% take friends' recommendation to move to other organization. But the problem is actually we have the natural complaints, 9%, 10%, but 68% we lose our customers because of our attitude and behavior of being indifferent in our care. Please take care of your customer if you want to keep your business going. So 68% we lose customers because of the indifferent attitude that we apply. The bad news, when a customer complains, there are about, how much? 30 who are unhappy. And now in social media, actually a customer, when he has or she has a complaint, can go for Facebook, Twitter and spread all of this, and in less than seconds, it will reach all over the world. The importance of caring for the customer and not having a complaint is very important. An unhappy customer will speak to experience to about 15 friends, and each one of the friends will tell other 10, each one of the 10 will tell other 5, so it's like a fire if we have unhappy customer. And more than 90% of customers, unhappy customers, they will not return back to you without telling you. So let's respect the customer. It's very important to respect. They will add lots of values to our organizations. But however, the good news is at least we'll find that 90% of those who complain will come back to you if you resolve the problem quickly without waiting. With customer complaints, we cannot wait. You have to respect and directly try to resolve the conflict and solve the problem. And also, 70 of them will come back if you resolve the problem for their satisfaction. So we are getting back the customers who complain. 20% will come back just if you apologize. Sorry for presenting such type of service. I did not mean it. This will get back 20%. And when you impress your customers, they will enjoy it again by telling people about it. Let's care and respect our customers if we want our organizations to continue. We have what we call the service provider, the value of the service. Always smile. Smiling is very important. Establish eye contact with your customers. Say by their names. If you can memorize their name, it's better. Rather than to say, sir, madam, no, for example, Mr. So-and-so, and pay undivided attention to their importance, to their needs. All of these will give a good value for the service and mirror the customer poster and concern. This will help to achieve it. How can we communicate with our customers to increase the value of customer satisfaction, which will by itself give a good return for all organizations? Now, they found that sometimes why customers don't complain. Actually, they think it's useless. They will go to another organization without telling you. So let's respect and be care for our customers. It's real headache or difficult to do so. So some customers will never go for complaint. They will just change the organization to another one. People don't like those who complain. So most people do not complain. And why to complain? They easily can go to another organization and another competitor. And if we review why we have complaints and how to communicate effectively, tendency to accuse others would make complaint. Using determinate statements or personal criticism to our customer, interrupting them, give a space, allow time for the customer to express his or her ideas, allow them time, don't interrupt them, and don't be sarcastic and everything you criticize. Don't criticize the customer complaint. Respect all of these. Thinking negatively and hunting their mistakes, they will fly away. So we can communicate in a better way rather than just to attract by negative and by hunting the mistakes. And they mention now what we call the service star, those are who actually employees that can present a high level of customer satisfaction service, and these people actually increasing the return of investment on organization. Those are called the service stars. They exist in any organization. They have a great desire to go beyond the expected norm. They just like to delight the customer. They are very inspired and very inspiring for the customers. And they are good to benchmark your performance with the customer. Let's discuss now customer types and how can we communicate with the different types of customers. Some customers are called the friendly customer. Friendly customer is your friend. Actually, they are always smiling. They accept advice. They never get back if you lie. So make sure lying is prohibited for sure. And they discuss several issues if become a friend with you. This is the best type of customer we can have, the friendly customer. Smile, give advice, share your knowledge, but never lie. Lying is totally prohibited. Other type of customer is called also the friendly, is actually they have specific questions in mind and you have to have a specific answer for their questions. Maybe talkative, and here we have to control the issue, because being so talkative, it may affect the other customers if you don't have time. And they concentrate highly, they mirror everything you do, and they summarize and need you to summarize. So communicate with them with this issue. Now, the talkative customer. Those are customers that talk too much in many topics. They are not focused. Try to control discussion. Try to control discussion, otherwise we will lose with the talkative customer. They are careless about time. They think that time is theirs. And in such a case, be quiet with them. Use closed questions with them and manage them rather than to be managed by them. And finally, try to control them and get to the end quickly. So this is the case of customer service, and we discussed in this episode the importance of having a good strategy to satisfy our customers in order to gain and have some sort of business achievement. So please try to respect the customer and accept all the issues for the customer and try to solve their complaints. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.